Hello, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Randomizer Mentor Tournament 2025. We are still in week 3. We're getting a second last match of the week out of the way. We got Fysi versus TGC, mentored by Naii and BajaBlood respectively. I am Drakefos. I'm joined by Rico. Hello.
Hello.
So their records are 1-1. We got new patcher RAs. And that's it. Oh, and well, this tiny little detail. It's never been known to cause major problems. This is a reed seed. So, yeah, we're gonna be in for some content, usually, as Reed has a history of producing some stinkers, absolute stinkers, and those are always good content. Alright, we should be getting on our way pretty soon here. They have started, so maybe in a few seconds you'll see the timer start. Usually there's a delay of about 30-ish seconds, and there you go. Here we go. Oh, and we got the tracker. Tracker for today. Bother me if I've missed anything. If you want to keep up with all the deets. Okay, what does Unomos have for us today? A red key. Oh boy. What do we got? You have key 1. Meantime, main energy controller hints. Dark Taurus, Aegon Waste, Dark Aegon, and Taurus. TGC taking the time to write it down? That was Torvis keys, or was it Aegon keys? I'm not actually sure.
I believe that was Aegon keys.
Okay. Aegon Waste, Dark Aegon Wastes, and Taurus Bog. Okay. Meantime, they both got the Inghive key.
That probably won't matter, but then again, this is a reed seed.
Yeah. I have yet to personally see a seed where it logically requires that you actually use the Inghive keys. It's very rare. And even so, when it does, even when it does happen, it's usually like I'm watching pretty intermediate to advanced players who can do the BSG over the gate, so it's not a big deal.
I think I had it once where it was something like screw attack on quad to get Annihilator beam.
That sounds lovely.
And now both players are on the Dark Alpha Splinter portion of this fight, which is, believe it or not, actually the easier part.
Why would you say that?
Because the AI for the Alpha Splinter is actually better than for the Dark Alpha Splinter. Mm-hmm. So the Alpha Splinter will try to lead you and jump where it thinks you're moving to, whereas the Dark Alpha Splinter always jumps at the spot you are currently at that second.
Mm.
Sunburst and Sealing.
Actually kind of nice to know. You'll get occasionally a hint that says a beam combo. It's extremely rare. The beam combo is usually like not supers. Usually when it says beam combo, pretty much means supers. But sometimes it doesn't, and it's nice to know. So keeping track of the beam combos can be useful in that case, but again, very extremely rare. Is that light beam? Or am I... Nope, just artifacts. Visual artifacts. TGC lagging. First we're gonna activate this cutscene to get rid of these dudes, or we can go in here, that's also good too.
Yeah, with no extra E, those disembodied ings can actually kill you.
Yeah. That's why you want to get rid of them in some way, shape, or form. Task jump. TGC gets it. Nice. You can also do an E-dash. Looks like Fysi's not interested. We'll get to see what's in Temple Assembly Site. It's rare that you don't want to pick up what's in Temple Assembly Site. Oh, especially if it's an E. We will take that. And now, yeah, we just go to Aegon. Wait a second, hold on. What's our logic here? We don't have missile launcher. It has to be Transport Aegon Waste has to have something.
Yeah, our logic is that this item is what gets us somewhere.
Yeah, it has to be either missile launcher, space jump bombs, a bunch of options. Of course, like was a life support system.
It actually could be screw attack too, because that screw attack as a jump extender is in logic.
Yeah, it is beginner logic as the axis screw jump, screw attack. Speak of the
And
devil,
speak
and
of
it
the
does
devil.
appear. Makes sense. Quad is dead.
Well, half dead.
Quad is definitely dead. You can skip quad. You can just fly past him. With
That is a good point.
But I imagine both these players are going to be doing quad if 2 most is required. Screw attack does put GFMC into logic though.
I think you technically require either normal bombs or space jump, because screw attack doesn't break the grates in Dynamo Center.
Oh, that's right. We need bombs. Yes. Okay. Never mind. Mining Plaza? No idea at all what that is.
Yeah, way too small for me to see.
Fysi, that is not where the slope jump is. The slope jump is on the ledge. Hopefully Naii is explaining that. You could also...
He's probably not attempting a slope jump, so you can actually use screw attack as a jump extender right there, but it's a little difficult because you got to get the right momentum at the right distance.
It looked like it was they were trying a screw attack because they were walking into, or not a screw attack, they were trying a slope jump because they were walking up against the wall. I don't think that's necessary. You can just jump from a further distance and then screw attack extend it. Also, sorry, excuse me, it might not be, STK in Mining Station A. It might not be Z-axis screw attack that's logical in Mining Plaza, it's just jump extension.
Yeah, it's the jump extension.
Yeah, not Z-axis, excuse me. Mining Station A has a key. We are going to grab that at some point. Does technically mean that main power bombs and spider ball are logically required, but I don't see a world where that's not the case. Doesn't really tell us anything.
Oh, we missed the bombs. I have done that several times.
Alright, bombs in Portal Access A. Shocking. Bombs are never there.
And now GFMC is in logic.
Yep. But I think it's actually the only logical check right now, actually. What else does bombs open up? We don't have missile launcher, so we can't... I mean, sorry, Mining Station Access is probably what TGC should be checking first here, in my opinion, which is what Fysi
the Jump Guardian loop.
Oh, excuse me. That's right. I keep forgetting the missile launcher. Missile launcher and bombs... Specifically missile launcher confuses me. Oh, Amber Translator. GFMC... Oh, yeah, well, I don't know if... Can you screw attack the grate with without space jump?
No.
Oh, you cannot.
I don't think you can.
Excuse me. My apologies. I am very tired. Light beam exactly 4 rooms away from Sky Temple Key 6. I think it was exactly 4. Is that what Mining Plaza said?
And TGC is setting up for a 2-cycle on Bomb Guardian.
That might be
Oh,
number
he
6
just misses it.
Yeah, okay, no, hold on. This is important info right here. I hit Temple Key 3, never mind. Oh, okay. So we don't know where Light Beam is. Sorry to interrupt you. That was whether or not this was a Sky Temple Key. Unless this is also a Sky Temple Key here.
Mm-hmm. And just the missile expansion on Bomb Guardian. I actually would not have picked that up.
On Key 1 in Sankash.
Because picking up the Bomb Guardian item disables the layer that Fysi is currently on, or Fysi, with the War Wasp Hive. And once you find Space Jump, you can just get that STK by jumping off the War Wasp Hive.
Powerbomb is in command center. That's what Mining Station A had said. Ugh. Okay, so good hints so far, actually. Really good hints. And I do think it's rather unfortunate that TGC didn't go for Mining Station access here, because now we're gonna have to come back for hints for a
Agreed.
controller. I'm not sure objectively what's the best play. I guess logically you would think that Central Mining Station access is probably most likely to have progression rather than Aegon Temple right after you pick up bombs. So maybe there's an argument there. I really don't know sometimes with like when something comes into logic, when you should take it seriously and when you shouldn't.
Well, that's the thing with echoes. A lot of times, a lot of checks come into logic at the exact same time in completely different areas.
Yeah, exactly 4 from Sky Temple Key 6, okay. And now TGC is probably going to scan the Sky Temple Key in Mining Station A. Looks like Fysi's, okay, yeah, Fysi's going into main energy controller, or Aegon energy controller, excuse me. Super Missiles and Sand Canyon. Okay, wow. These hits are good, they just don't tell you where to go. Right? Like, they're okay, like, they're not bad. They just don't tell you where to go, which is, like, funny. I think now we just do Jump Guardian Loop, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think that's really the only place you can go.
Now, does TGC go back for Aegon Energy? Probably not. Yeah, we'll grab that later. And now both players are probably going to go Dark Aegon Loop. Makes sense. Jump Guardian Loop. Then we have, with Space Jump GFC will come into Logic, and we'll be able to check top of ship as well if we want to, but we'll see how that goes. We have no beams, no space jump, only bombs, and we still don't even have missiles in Logic, so it could just be that, like, missiles come into Logic here. But that doesn't unlock anything anyway, so...
Well, missiles actually would unlock a couple things.
Well, not that we've already checked?
It would put Hive Chamber B in Logic.
Yeah, okay. Missile system and Hive Chamber.
Okay. Missile system in Hive Chamber B. So that could mean that that could be Seekers or it could be main missiles if Screw Attack or Annihilator are readily available. And based on something being in Sand Canyon, it's probably Screw Attack.
So, hold on. No. Sorry, could you repeat that? Like, why would this not just be Seekers? Don't you need missiles to get to Hive Chamber B?
No.
Unless you
can Screw Attack over the Grate, or you can fire a charged Annihilator shot to break the little missile things. That is in beginner logic.
That is in beginner. Wow. Okay. That is. Beginner logic sometimes like, wow, I mean, it is easy enough to do as a beginner. I understand that. But okay, interesting.
The reason I know that is because that happened in my first race seed in the last Echoes tournament.
Wow.
And neither I nor Op realized that was what our logic was telling us until after the race.
Poor Op, dude. Every seed I've commentated of op, she just like runs into a seed that like expects way too much out of a beginner. Like I remember her race, I think against Baja in that tournament was just the most ridiculous logic. Every time she gets really screwed over by like beginner logic in every race that I've commentated of hers. So
Well,
that
hard
sounds
to say
about right
she
to
got
me.
screwed over because she completely destroyed me, so.
Ah, okay. Okay, so Crossroads was a missile. Now we're just gonna do the standard. Oh, we're going back. Fysi's electing to go back, route divergence. Maybe we're just not comfortable with the bomb jumps, but you could also just fight Jump Guardian and then leave.
They probably
Transport
want
Center
the
is...
item in Transport Center.
Yeah, Transport Center is probably the play, but... Normally, to my understanding, it's normally ideal to do this play if you have Boost and Dark Beam, I believe, right? Or... Yeah, Boost and Dark Beam to go back through the portal. Right? Am I free? Yeah. I'm a little tired. I'm forgetting things. Alright, Transport Center. What do you have? Looks like ammo.
Yeah.
So, Jump Guardian or... We're literally only Jump Guardians in logic, no? What am I missing here? What's the remaining logic here? I think it only has to be Jump Guardian.
I believe it with bombs, it can be communication area.
That's right, that's what I'm missing. Okay. And it looks like Fysi's going for that. We can also do Hive Chamber, the Hive Chambers as well. Interesting that they didn't do Jump Guardian, just to make sure that's out of the way. You'd love to get Jump Guardian out of the way early, just in case of GFMC ship. It's very rare that it has something, but, you know.
Well, considering that they only have one E-Tank, Fysi and Naii are probably worried that they may not be able to make the journey in Dark Aegon.
The journey should be logical. The Jump Guardian should be logical here.
No, it is. It's just the timing on it can be a little tight.
Yeah. Maybe this is just a hard read, and they're like, nope. They sense they sense the force in Randy and just have decided, nope.
But for anyone wondering why TGC is firing at the middle of nowhere, that is because the hurt box for Jump Guardian is actually already loaded into this room before the fight starts. So you can just sit there in relative safety and unload into him. And basically win the battle before it even starts.
And this is also faster. It's not just safer. It's faster because the Jump Guardian will become invincible occasionally. And this way you can just guarantee that you're shooting him. Alright, Jump Guardian. So it is Comm Area. Oh my god. Comm Area is a progression. Now, is it Space Jump? Is it Power Bombs into something else? No, we know where Power Bombs are. Can't be Power Bombs. Junction Site? Ooh, that is a ball of some description. We don't know if that's Booster Cannon.
Either way, that is great knowledge to have.
Yep.
And Fysi actually having to do the fight. So Dark Missile Trooper can be quick killed in a variety of ways. It can be killed with a single power bomb. It can be frozen with a charged Dark Beam shot and then shattered with a missile. Or if you have Light Beam, you can set it on fire. But without any of that, you actually have to do the battle the way they intended.
Grapple Beam.
So that doesn't really logically give us anything since we already have Screw Attack.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, since Space Jump's not here, I guess that could be pointing... No, you couldn't get there without it.
Yeah. Now, if this is Secret Missiles in Hive Chamber B. Hive Chamber B. That would be interesting. but it's not.
And it's missile launcher.
It's missile launcher, okay. So space jump is probably comm area.
That would make sense to me.
Yeah, I think it's the only thing it could be. Now, Fysi doesn't know that, because Broom Closet could have maybe something. But yeah. Actually, no, wait, no, it has to be just comm area, because Broom Closet requires space jump. Unless we get something real goofy, like... Actually, no, we just need... I guess we could get Light Beam to then go into labs and then come back through Broom to get Broom Closet without space jump. Like, that is a... There's a thing you can do. Like, it is possible for Broom Closet to have space jump in some weird situations, but I don't think that's gonna happen here.
I think that is only logical if you get there via super missiles.
TGC going labs here or just opening the gate? I'm not sure I agree with this. I think you follow the logic here. I think comm area has to be something useful in this scenario. I really don't like this play. Yeah, what do you think of this labs play here by TGC? I'm not a big fan. What do you think?
Well, if you're comfortable with the bomb jumps, you know that power bomb is in command center, right? So grabbing the power bombs, then going to get communication area is actually kind of efficient because you can just check the rest of the GFMC loop. Yep. Since you've already killed Jump Guardian.
Yeah, it does make it more efficient. And you can do things like Wind Chamber Gateway. That's actually true. Now I like this play from TGC. You've convinced me. Well done. I forgot about the power bombs. No idea what that is in Central Mining Station. Could you tell?
Not at all.
Alright, expect space jump here. I cannot think of a reason why it wouldn't be space jump. Is there any other item it could be? Probably not. That is probably space jump, yep. Okay. Thing Reliquary Hint. That is dead. That is a missile. Reliquary is dead.
Missile-related upgrade hints can only point to essentially two items. Missile launcher or seeker missiles, besides the expansions.
If you have multiplayer items, it can go towards unlimited missiles,
but since you need seeker missiles to get to Reliquary, we know that can't be anything important.
Yeah. In higher logic seeds, yeah, it can have consequences. Because you can do secretless, but not in this case. Wait, can we escape here? I think we can. I don't know. Hold on. TGC does not have one of the hints. Does not have the Super Missile and Sand Canyon hint. So even though I think TGC is going to have a more efficient route through Temple Grounds here, and going to get more checks out of it, the not knowing about Sand Canyon Super Missiles thing might be a problem. It also depends on whether or not something's on top of the ship here. That could really change the course. Like, we could... The race could, like, turn dramatically right now. Based on whether or not what's on top of the ship. Or in, Wind Chamber. Wind Chamber Gateway. That might be a big deal. We'll see. This is a turning point in the race, definitely, here. Or it could just be nothing, and it's like, oh, okay, we just go back to labs, and then we find our progression there. that has been known to happen. Just bioenergy having something, and it's like, okay.
Bioenergy light beam would be something.
Ooh, yeah. Yep, that would be fun. Light beam into super missile into into whatchamacallit? Warriors Walk having something, or Warriors Walk Dark Beam or something. Or even worse, Warriors Walk Annihilator into Inkash 2 into
My
some fun
God,
stuff. Because we have Screw Attack, so it
you
would be
can't
available.
actually get to Inkash 2 without Dark Beam.
Yep. I think rolling here is still... Actually, might not be with that ledge. But Screw Attack, I believe, if I remember correctly, Screw Attack moves at about the same speed that Morph Ball does.
It moves at the same speed Morph Ball does when it is ascending, but not when it is descending.
Really? Oh wow, okay. So it's just generally slower to Screw Attack when you could roll?
Usually,
No.
but you can get close to the same speed if you execute quick screw attacks.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what else. I think we're just waiting to see what's on GFMC ship and Wind Chamber. Wait a second, what? Labs, okay, yeah, Labs is a logical play here for Fysi. That's the only thing they can do. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because they have space jump.
Yeah. Man, this situation that they find themselves in where their only logical checks are Central Mining Station. Actually, no, I don't even think Central Mining Station is logical. Their only logical check is Command Center, just power bombs, which then they'd have to they'd have to go to Dynamo Chamber. Yeah, this is kind of a really unfortunate route for Fysi, I think. Because the only advantage here would be if they went to Bioenergy and Bioenergy had something. But if not, then they're just like really behind. And even if they do have something. Oh, no.
Light beam.
There it is. Okay. Now the only thing that can save Fysi here, I think, is if Bioenergy has something important and TGC and Baja just decide not to go for it. Just decide not to go to Bioenergy. Like maybe it's our own. Or maybe Baja and TGC find something here in Wind Chamber that sends them to, I don't know, somewhere far. Because I think right now just Fysi's like very obviously behind, because now we'd have to like backtrack all the way to Dynamo Chamber. And it could have just been a conscious choice. It might not have been a routing thing. It might just be that Fysi's probably not comfortable with the bomb jump onto the statue to get into this early.
I mean, it's not an easy bomb jump, so I could definitely understand that.
All right, does the GFMC ship have something? Nope. Turning around here. Oh, just activating the trigger. Okay.
If you can get free missiles, get free missiles.
Typically, you would do this right after you pick up the missile, which is why I got scared there for a second. I'm like, oh, we're just bailing out. Oh, we're not even going. Okay, so we were just... Oh, STK 6. That's right, we forgot about the STK hint. 4 rooms away from Sky Temple Key 6, so that is an FTA. Delta Toast in chat pointing that out. So STK 6 is in FTA. That is good info. So we need light suit. Alright. E in Wind Chamber. Central mining station has nothing, but we can get a hint. Morph ball. And a key. Dark Aegon key 3. Okay, so our remaining Aegon key is in... Wait, what? Hold on. Was that an Aegon key? Did we misread? No, that must be the Torvis key hints then. The Aegon keys say... Okay, I'm going to look at the VOD, the main energy controller hints, because we messed up something here. Aegon Waste, Dark Aegon Waste, and Torvis Bog. That seems to be incorrect. So we may have messed up here. It might be the Torvis keys. I'm gonna go check
Must be the Torvis keys.
Yeah. Dark Torvis keys, yes, okay. That was our mistake. Okay, good. I've corrected that error. Oh, they're doing Jump Guardian. Oh boy. Yeah.
Which
I guess they're gonna see
tells me they intend to go back to the GFMC loop.
So yeah, they're just behind. That's unfortunate. Let's see, at one point they pick up the light beam. Broom closet we know is nothing.
We are still early, so things can change on a dime. That light suit could be in some horrible location.
Yep, that is an important point.
Now, one of the nice things about having Screw Attack in Dark Aegon is that while you are in Screw Attack, you actually take less damage than if you are moving without it.
Yeah. I believe it's about a little less than Dark Suit damage.
I think it's a little more. I believe Dark Suit is 1.2 energy per second, and I think Screw Attack is 1.5, but I could be wrong. It's basically so close that you'd never even notice it.
TGC grabbing Sunburst, Galtry. Okay, so now TGC has access to Sand Canyon. It's going to be funny if TGC goes to the Aegon Energy Controller only to find, oh, we should have gone Sand Canyon right away. That would have been a thanks game. FTA is an STK, and Boost Ball or Cannon is Injunction Sights. That's about it. Our logic has been hitting both. Soaring Wyvern, both. The splash damage, you know what it is. Okay. Chances are that super missile is our next logic, and I believe that that's just a missile in Mining Plaza. I'm just going to assume that it is.
Well, it was orange, and we already have amber and bombs, and we know where Super Missile is, so...
And Screw Attack, too. And Screw Attack can't be up there anyway. Unless you have some incredibly cursed logic. I think Screw Attack, like, hyper mode. Maybe hyper mode will allow Screw Attack to be in there. Because you can secret roll out of bounds. I'm not sure if that counts as a single roll out of bounds in that case, because you do need to transition to Plaza access for that
Yeah, because you gotta wrong room it.
Yeah. TGC is going to get the great news. That's super missiles right there, right next to us. In the meantime, Fysi's just going to have to save warp. And I'm actually going to go back into the VOD and check when TGC got Light Beam. Because that is essentially Fysi's time when Fysi picks up Light Beam and when Fysi gets it. Like, the difference is pretty much how far Fysi is. How far behind Fysi is. (26 minutes and 45 seconds). Ooh boy, already 8 minutes behind. Even before you pick up the Light Beam. That is rough. I guess a more accurate way is to time when TGC gets super missiles and when Fysi picks up Light Beam. Alright, super missiles are here. And then I think we just carry on into labs.
Yeah, because super missiles really only gives us Warrior's Walk and Storage C right now. Without Dark Beam, we don't have logical access to Torfus.
Mm-hmm. Without Seekers and Boost, we don't have access to the side. So, yeah. And we'd still need either... Actually, yeah, I think we'd still need Emerald. Or Dark Beam in that case. Alright, STK. Nice to get as many as you can before you get hints. STK number 7. So you can check this room, just don't pick up the item. Unless it's Dark Beam, in which case, fair enough. Yep, want a power bomb. And then you can screw attack this crystal because echoes.
Now, power bombs are a great item to have early game, as you can see. There are several bosses that, since you aren't supposed to have power bombs, aren't programmed to resist them. So, Dark Samus 1, Bomb Guardian, Dark Missile Trooper, and Boost Guardian, you can just instantly kill with a well-placed power bomb. Now, breaking the glass here is a little weird from the other side because it doesn't actually have collision from
the back.
Yep.
Fysi picked it up at around 6 minutes 40 seconds, so just under 10 minutes behind here. That's a lot. That is rough. Alright, Dark Oasis. Missile related. Chances are that's dead, but it is possible.
Just a missile and reactor.
Bioenergy, Storage C, and what else is available? We have...
Warrior's Walk.
Warrior's Walk. No, wait. Yeah, Warrior's Walk. Do we have anything in Temple Grounds? No. I guess... No, we can't even check hints. We don't have a beam. So, yeah. If this is Spider, then it could be... Spider Ball, grab the Boost Ball, Hall of Honor dead. Oh boy, that'd be fun. And that would be great fun. Alright, my energy. Dark Beam. Or Dark Burst. Can't quite tell yet. Dark Beam. Wow, okay, so Fysi could have actually... If Fysi got that, would we be closer? Not sure.
Probably, because... But then again, Dark Beam opens up so much that it could have pointed them in the wrong direction.
Storage C's our final Aegon key.
So now for the question: does TGC take worm bait or wait for the hint?
Uh, if we're gonna go to Warrior's Walk, I think you should do it. You have Light Beam. It's not that long of a fight. It's not that long of a check. Like, I think a lot of people overestimate how long. I guess if we had Boost Ball. Like, I think you grab the Boost Ball if you find Spider. Okay. Because if you can do Worm Skip, then yeah, it's only like a 2-minute fight. Which sounds like a lot, but like, there are some other checks where it's like, alright, this is a minute and 30 seconds to grab it, and people will regularly go for it, and it's like, come on, no, worms are not that slow. When you put it into its context. But,
And the
I think
other
without
argument
Boost
for
Ball, I think
doing it
without Boost Ball,
now,
it's probably not worth it. So we'll
yeah,
see where Spider is.
the other argument for doing it now is that it's kind of convenient to do it now. For the rest of the game, you're not coming back here unless you absolutely have to, so it's always going to be out of the way. And we've got another STK.
That was number 8, I believe. I think we do Dark Labs now. Yeah, a lot of things open up now. I think Dark Labs, Torvis. This is just what happens when you find 2 beams and echoes. You can check Pot W at one point. Oh, that might be where... That might be where Fysi could have had an advantage to get the Dark Beam, and then when you pick up the Light Beam, you could check Pod W for info. And then maybe Pod W is something important, but as it stands right now, I think Fysi's just literally 10 minutes behind.
Even if it was important, it's not something you could get, because Pod W logically requires Dark Suit or a massive amount of E-Tanks.
I wonder if the Screw Attack takes that into logic, but we still don't even have enough E-Tanks anyway, and I doubt that's... Oh, Seekers.
Seekers.
Okay,
You
so
always hate when there's something important in this room, because grabbing this item triggers a layer change in Mining Station A where air pirates spawn.
Yep. And they're just a little annoying. So Dark Oasis is dead. Now that we have both of our missile systems.
So yeah, Seekers, this would definitely be telling me that you need to get to Torvis.
Yeah, a bunch of options here. But I think, yeah, Torvis is probably the best one. And now we're just especially considering the fact that we can grab hints. I think it's just go for hints. Missile. In battleground fight. And battleground cache is Morph Ball related, but do we? I feel like
I don't think you grab hints here. You don't have enough E without a suit.
I think we grab Warrior's Walk here, definitely. Do we fight Worm now?
I mean, with those Seekers, I don't think you do, because I think the pull to Torvis is way too strong. You've got supers, you've got Seekers. The only thing you don't really have for Torvis is Emerald.
I think you're definitely getting cash 4 here, right?
Yeah. It's not that far away, and it could be Spider. Oh, I think he's going for worms.
Definitely saving, at least, to grab health. Meanwhile, Fysi grabbing, our Vent Area A. Key. Are we doing worms?
No, we are not.
I think we first... even if we do worms, I think first things first we grab storage, or Incat 4, even if you want to do worms. Yeah, you can grab hints here. I'm not sure if TGC or Fysi are comfortable with it. Like, it is possible to grab hints on low health with screw attack, even without screw attack. There's enough energy fields, enough time. It'd be a bit spooky. Way, Dork Samus, okay. Do thanks.
Power bomb expansion. Fysi demonstrating that Dark Samus does in fact take damage from screw attack. Remember that, class, that's going to be on the test later.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're not save warping. I think we're going to the through Torvis to Torvis to the side. We might be seeing some shenanigans to climb transit stations in Sank. Transport center? Transport center. Yes. There you go. That's the word.
Room that starts with a T.
And it's some form of word for moving, and some form of word for a centralized location. Indeed. Indeed, Wyvern. Indeed. Oh, that's right. We still have a hint. Yeah, we have a bunch of. We have whatchamacallits?
Oh yeah, Mining Station D,
Mining
because
Station
we have
D?
Seekers.
Completely logical.
Yeah, I
Well,
would not
not without
want to
boost.
leave this behind right now.
Yeah. Not technically, the item of Mining Station B is not logical without boost, but this is 1, 2, 3, 4 checks here. The Mining Station B is quite dense. You got Mine Shaft, you got the hint, you got the item, and then you got Storage A. Okay, we want to take that. In the meantime, Fysi picking up the beam. Getting the fun news.
You know,
Now, I
I
wonder
just
if they see the
realized
key.
that
Sorry, go ahead.
in all the years I've played this game, I have never done the bomb jump in this room from that side.
Dark Tortoise Key 3.
So, a more efficient way to use Seekers is actually to change your beam and then hold down the missile button, because that will avoid firing that extra missile.
Yeah, if you're low on missiles, but I don't think it's a big deal. I'm not sure if it's actually faster in this case. In the meantime, Storage A, nothing. The hint? Echo Visor can be found in Hive.
That is a good hint.
TVC stream lagged when we saw the item, so probably not that important. Hive Echo Visor. Hive does not have any checks. Do we actually do Spider's Treasure here? Do we just YOLO Spider's Treasure here? That'd be wild, but it might be a great play. If you want to route risky.
I think you... Well, no, you have Screw Attack, so normally you would need 2 E-Tanks to do Hazing Cliff, but with Screw Attack you can lower the damage you take a little. And KR is correct. Echo cannot be on quad because these settings require Echo for quad.
Yeah. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 checks in Inghive. 2 of those can't be Echo. Hive Gyro can't be Echo. Hive Temple can't be Echo. Hive Dynamo Works can be. ATS. I think ATS Barrier technically can't be unless the screw attack into scanning the post on the side counts. Because I think you need Echo. Yeah, Echo
I
to climb.
believe that is logical because I think I saw a seed where Echo was there once.
Hive Entrance can be. Hazen Cliff and Collie Trooper can be. So
well, technically, Tyrannosaur, all worms are blind, so all of their play is blind.
I think these worms are not blind. I think they have eyeballs, don't they?
Now that you mention it, I think they do, which begs the question, what do they do when they burrow? Do they just have them closed for most of their life?
A question for the philosophers, I suppose. Meeting grounds. Hints have been awesome this seed so far, but I imagine they're starting to get worse because we don't... Never mind! Gravity boost and future alcove. Where are the joke hints? Where are the boss hints? Come on. These are all awesome hints. Like, what does that mean? Yeah, gravity boosts in future alcove. Get that down. Path of Eyes. Finally.
And there's a joke hint.
Finally. Do you want to open up that that block at the very least? Just in case.
Meanwhile,
actually, we want to grab that definitely for FTA.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it later.
And meanwhile, Fysi is grabbing his Seekers and learning that defeating enemies with the opposite beam drops beam ammo.
Very important. Okay. I think it might be time for Fysi to do a route divergence here. I think it might be time to risk a worm play here. It might be time to do some crazy stuff here because that light beam, oh boy.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they think that they're behind, but maybe they're just like, you know what, maybe TGC doesn't know how to do the bomb jump into labs to grab the power bombs. It's not a guarantee.
That being said, Fysi did show off one of my favorite tricks in this game, that Pirate Commando Corpse is actually standable and can be used to get on top of that platform.
Oh, are they doing air underwater? Okay, so Torva's Grove is something. Oh, second try.
Nice.
Gaming. TGC is gaming. E, okay, fair enough.
You know, at this point, yeah, I say that's worth it. If you can do the air underwater, grab that E-Tank because you have one.
Yep.
So, for anyone who is unaware, air underwater is a very interesting trick, where if you morph at the exact frame you're entering water, the game doesn't really know how to handle it and will assume that you are still outside of the water while you are under it, which lets you have basically air physics underwater, so you can initiate screw attacks. Strangely, this also messes with your power beam, so it basically like you're firing into an invisible wall.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing in abandoned worksite.
Just booking it to Torvis Energy Controller, I assume.
Fysi cutting it close, but technically he had 9 more E than he needed. That was a nice super missile from TGC.
Yes, KRR, indeed it can, and that is in fact how you skip light suit. That is how you skip light suit in the game. Ooh, is that a visor? We know it's not Echo. Yeah. Okay.
Emerald.
That's the you love to see Emerald there. Love to see Emerald right there. That's a good spot for Emerald. We like Emerald being there.
Yeah.
Path of Roots would have been even better, but we will take
So that gives you all of your Emerald hints and the banana stand.
Mm-hmm. First
And
Emerald
you
hint being
actually
Torvis
do have to pick up the item in Torvis Energy Controller because
Major and Dark Torvis Temple.
oh, you love to see that.
Oh boy. Good hint. Good content.
So we are looking for those keys.
Indeed. You do want to scan that elevator, I think.
Oh,
Actually,
definitely.
no. Actually, do you? Yeah.
You're not going to use it, but you're going to scan it because you could always use it to get back up.
Yeah. I don't know why you'd get back up at this point unless you have fast travel, which people don't seem to like. Rando players just do not seem to like getting fast travel even when it's available and faster. The roots. What do you got for us?
Our second joke hint.
And a joke hint at the same time on Fysi's end. Joke hints being read at exactly the same time. Fun.
Such a funny seed.
Meanwhile, Portal Chamber Light, which is probably our Torvis key.
Yep.
But it could be a Hive key, we'll see right now.
It's a Torvis key.
Our Torvis key. Wait. Dark Torvis keys, Aegon Waste, Dark Aegon Waste, and Torvis Bog. We have our Aegon Waste one. We have our Portal Chamber one.
Oh.
Worm could be a Torvis key. Worm could be a Torvis key. We have Worm, Incash 2, Feeding Pit, and that's it. Oh boy, and Battle on Cash. Uh-oh. A 1 in 4 chance that Worm is required.
It's not Battleground Cash because Fysi scanned the hint.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was Battleground is Morph Ball related. Oh boy. Funny, funny game. Looks like we're going for hints here. 3 tanks. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Wait, what did Path of Roots say? Joke hint, right? Yeah.
And it looks like Fysi is electing to not grab that E-Tank.
Which E-Tank?
Corvus Lagoon.
No, which E-Tank, aside from Torvis Lagoon, is Fysi missing here? GFMC ship, I think it might have been.
No, that was Dark Ammo.
Mm.
I think there's another one deeper into Torvis.
Maybe, yeah. Alright, War Ritual Ground. No idea.
I think it was light ammo. I saw a white glow. Ah, there's that other E-tank.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yep, looks like light ammo. Okay, hints. Let's see what we got. Should be starting with STK9. Five dynamo.
So spider required. Dynamo. You know, that actually makes it a little more worth it.
Yeah.
Mining Station A, we know that.
Yeah.
Transit Station, that's pretty free.
Mm-hmm.
5 entrants.
So double required light suit. And then this should be FDA. They should not be surprised by this. In fact, they probably don't even need to scan it. Okay. Here are our hints. Okay, now we carry on to Torvis, because we need light suits, we need
Cobalt.
dark visor, we need cobalt, we need the kitchen sink.
Been seeing a lot of required cobalts in this tournament. And just an E-tank in underground tunnel.
Looks like Fysi's going to delay hints, which makes sense. It's not a big deal to grab immediately. Underground tunnel, dark visor.
Dark visor in crypt. 3 rooms from crypt. That could be most of lower dark Torvis.
And Future Alcove was something, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
There was a hint is somewhere. Gravity boost, okay.
You know, we still have not seen any sign of a suit yet.
Nope, we have not. It makes me question if... Actually, definitely. This is all in logic. Another E. God bless. Oh, did we check Medvista? I totally missed Torvis Grove. I was, like, writing stuff down.
I looked away, too.
Chances are that's a student chick, I think. I mean, look, just looking at the list of majors, what do we have left? Light suit, dark suit, annihilator. We know dark visor can't be there.
It could be Spider.
Cobalt could be Spider. Yeah, this is like There's a chance it's not a dummy major. On Chick, I think Chick is probably required here. But,
Did
you know, this
TGC skip
is...
the key?
Which key? Sorry?
Portal chamber?
I think TGC did. But that's a Torvis key, so... We're gonna come back to it, I suppose. Oh, no, wait, TGC picked it up. No, TGC has Mineshaft. So yeah, TGC didn't get Portal Chamber. So now where do we go? I think lower Torvis for hints? Probably the play? For TGC?
Probably. Alternatively, since you know that check is required, you could go chasing that last key.
We don't have a hint for it either. Oh no, we do. Ooh,
It's in Dark Aegon, we know that.
We don't have ink cache. We don't have access to ink cache. We don't
Good
have
point.
access to... What are the other two checks? Ink cache, Feeding Pit, or Dark Aegon Temple. Battleground cache can't be it. We know that. Go and grab this here and then probably go out of bounds. And then go to Underground Tunnel, is my guess. And clear upper... Maybe clear, Dark Torvis Arena and stuff like that. Actually, no, we can't. We can't do Plaza, we don't have boost. Ugh. There is a secret world to grab the boost in Judgment, or the boost slash cannon in Judgment Pit. Or Junction Site. But I doubt we're going to go back for that to do anything. If there's any secret world we're doing this race, it's probably going to be Hive Dynamo Works. Or, depends. If the key is on Spider Guardian, then we're probably not going to do it. But if the key is on the tunnel, then we might just decide to do it to skip Cobalt. Whoever's Grove was a missile, by the way. I'm just checking the VOD, because we totally missed what was there. And I will also check for Med Vista. Missile.
And TGC is out of bounds. So, for those of you unfamiliar with this game, every room exists inside of a box, and on the inside of the box are all of the physics. Outside of the box, things get a little weird. You enter what we call the Aether. So, by quickly moving back and forth between the edges of this box, you can actually jump up the side of a room because you do not fall while you are in Aether.
And when you enter the air, so when you exit the Aether, it's just like as if you walked off ground, and there's a 3-frame grace period where you can jump while you're in the middle of the air. Coyote time is what it's called. And you can use that to climb up the Aether, climb up the box. And then once you get to the top of the box, you're just floating. And so you can just walk across the top of the box and then drop down onto a door. And then do some other stuff to get back to bounds here. We're going to do something called a ceiling warp, where you morph and unmorph while falling down. And you should be able to get yourself in bounds. You have to unmorph on a slope here. There are some technical details here about how ceiling warps work, but TGC gets it. And then, because we're in the wrong room here, we need to go touch the door. Which is why TGC goes back to the door. It's a little technical, but like... when you're in a room, like a very important part of navigating out of bounds is knowing what room the game thinks you're in is, and you can do that just by checking the minimap. See, when TGC transition, okay, we're not gonna be able to see because TGC's morphed, but when you transition to rooms, you'll notice that the minimap changes between rooms. And that's an important feature of out of bounds. That's why whenever you see players jumping on a door out of bounds, just pay attention to the minimap, and they're usually trying to transition the room. That's what they're doing. Yeah, same thing with knowing how rooms are loaded and all that other stuff, but generally speaking, those are the two most confusing parts, when people get out of bounds in the ether jump and when people are jumping on doors. In Prime 1, you'll see more players focus specifically on finding the load trigger, whereas in Prime 2, you don't really need to do that as much. Generally. So yeah, I think Lower Torvus definitely is a play here because of the Dark Visor. Question is, do we stay up here and do Boost Guardian? Probably not, it's pretty slow. What do you think?
Well, with no boost ball, I don't think they do Boost Guardian. You can't escape without it, but it can take a little time if you're not familiar with it. Then again, assuming that that's Cannonball in Junction Site, Boost Guardian is a fully logical place to stick Boost Ball.
Yeah, it is. It is probably also the worst one. You never really want to go there. It's really slow to get out because you have to do some... You can get out, and in higher logic, it is possible to get out there without... Get in there and get out without boost. But it is annoying and slow. And you have to take Meditation Vista Portal, and then go up, and... you could also do... you can also do Gate Skip on Forgotten Bridge, but that's... I think a little bit too challenging for a Metro tournament. I think you're more likely to see out of bounds plays to grab hints than you are to see that skip. It's really, really finicky. Like, good players have gotten stuck on that skip for like several minutes.
And
First
there's
suit,
our
finally.
first suit. You know, I was actually thinking that this was probably where the suit was, since we haven't seen anything, and this has been in logic for a while. And Randovania just loves to jam important things in this room.
I'm just happy that neither player is going to have to deal with doing Lower Torvus without Gravity Boost, because it is deceptive how slow this area is without Gravity Boost. Like, it can cost you minutes to do stuff without Gravity Boost in this area. But I think we definitely want to clear the entirety of Lower Torvus, at the very least Dark Lower Torvus, because of that 3 rooms away from Crypt, which could be Sack Chamber. What do we have? We have Sack Chamber, Under Transit 1... Maybe Dungeon? I'm gonna check the... Ooh, what is that? Oh, Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom in, whatchamacallit. In the meantime, this is Gathering Hall. Translator and Torvus Block. Gee, thanks, game.
Gotta love when there's a hint for an item. Well, there's a hint for a translator on a translator hint that requires that translator.
I love it. I actually don't. I kind of hate it. I kind of really hate that. We're opening up the gate for Crypt. Are we not going to Lower Torvus? Dark Lower Torvus?
I think they're gonna clear all of Light Torvus first.
Okay.
That's a very convenient gate to leave from, which is why they're opening it.
Yeah. Let me open up the map, that's right. To find, just to confirm our locations here. Crypts 1, 2, 3, and 2. Yeah, it can only be Sack Chamber or Under Transit 1. Oh, the Hive Temple keys, I missed it. Beam related.
I mean, that could be Annihilator Beam.
Oh, I missed both hints for Lord Torvus. I'm gonna have to go check those. Oh, what was that? That looked like an E, I think?
I think it was E.
I don't think we need it anymore. Never mind, TGC disagrees. Meantime, I'm gonna VOD dive for those hints, because I missed the Training Chamber one as well. And that one is probably more important than the Hive Temple key. Oh, no,
that's Cobalt.
That's Cobalt. It's Cobalt. All right.
High five at Cobalt.
Yep. Wait a second. How are we this close? All right, training chamber hint. Hold on. Morph ball bomb. G thanks.
I believe Fysi and Naii completely skipped Mining Station B, so they are behind on one hint.
All right. Hive hints. We have Dark Tor's Bog, Great Temple, and Sank Fortress. Dark Tor's Bog. Great Temple, and was it Sank Fortress?
Correct.
Meantime, TGC doing blog. Oh, never mind. We're checking this first, and then blog. Okay.
Blog was an E-Tank.
Oh, excuse me. I was not looking. Was Mining Station B really the thing that saved us so much time?
Well, they don't have two Torvis keys, so... It's questionable if that saved time, since we know you need to fight that boss.
Oh, man. The Dark Visor is definitely accessible here. Absolutely has to be. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, definitely. It was either Sack Chamber or Under Transit 1. Can't be Under Temple. We know that for sure. I also think I like... no, I actually don't know. It might just actually be the... But like, to save 9 minutes, like, I don't think Mining Station B costs 9 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, they're very close.
They also skipped a lot of Dark Upper Torvis.
Did they? Oh, that's right. They didn't even bother with Dark Upper Torvis. Okay.
They just grabbed the grav boost and turned around.
Yeah. Wow.
Shame, no Annihilator and Sonic Boom.
I think Fysi's aiming a little bit too far left. You want to aim at the crystal, not at the pillar. Yeah, that's way too... You're hitting the pillar here. Sack Chamber. Dark Visor.
Dark Visor on grapple. No escaping grapple pirates today.
Nope. Under Transit 1 looks like a burger. Wait. So that must mean Chica has either Spider or Light Suit.
Or Annihilator.
Or Dark Burst. But it's very rare that when it says Major, it says it's a beam combo, but there's a chance. There is a chance.
I mean, if we assume that Junction Sight is Cannonball, it could be Boost.
It could be Boost too. The thing is, we don't know where this Chica key is. It's one last Chica key. We don't have a Chica key hint. No, we do not. And we know that one of the hive keys is in Dark Torvis here, and I believe it probably means that it's Can't be dungeon. Can either be Boost Guardian or PB Guardian is where the hive key is. But I think TGC now just goes to Sank through Lower Taurus.
So Fysi demonstrating that you actually can climb into the Grapple Guardian arena from the bottom, but Grapple Guardian isn't actually active for the boss fight on that layer, so you need to reload the room.
Mm-hmm. And you need to enter the room from the front in order for it to happen.
And Grapple Guardian is one of the few enemies in this game that you actually have to scan to get their weak point.
Fysi getting punished for not having Sunburst. Alright, Sank hints. Here we go. Main research, what do we have? Boost Ball and Dark Aegon Wastes.
So that is boost in Junction Site.
Yeah. You never know. Where could be boost? That could just be canon.
That would be incredibly hilarious.
Yeah. Let me know transit station's a key, and I missed what was a main research item, but not important. Actually, I do kind of want to know if it's Dark Burst, because then that just kind of... I do want to track the Dark Burst. I want to pay attention to the Dark Burst. That is... Just knowing where Dark Burst is would be nice, just to clear up any major confusion. Burger.
And TGC just walked past their key.
Maybe not comfortable with the screw attack method to get into the hole, because we don't have Spider Ball. That would be my guess.
Because then you'd have to. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to do a slope jump to screw attack up onto the ledge, onto the top ledge, and then you'd have to screw attack into the hole, but yeah. And getting out might be worse than getting in. You have to do a BSJ to then screw attack in. I think TGC is probably capable, but it seems like they're not interested. Oh, there's a key. A Morbus is...
Oh god.
Y'all should have gotten a Morbus. Oh boy. Dark Aegon Temple into Chica. That is funny. I look like an E in Calling Chamber, I think.
E in Hazencliff.
I think we climb here. No, okay. No? Okay, here we are. E in Calling Chamber as well. Yes, that was Worm. Worm is guarding our Chickakee. Funny game. You know, we could just go to Aegon here and fight Worm right away.
That's what I was thinking they were going to do.
It might even just be better, or we might just use Worm into... Or maybe we're waiting for Spider to get that boost first.
Probably.
Yeah. And we know Hive Dynamo is a key, that's right. Key. Don't have to worry about that, and Hive Entrance is also a key. So we don't have to scan those. So the only key bearer that we don't know about is Defiled Shrine. Fysi electing to go back up to Upper Taurus rather than going to Sank. Interesting. I feel like that is not good. Why are we not going to Sank? Okay, we are going to Sank. Okay, we're not going to Sank. What is the play here?
Probably the rest of Dark Upper Taurus, since they skipped most of it.
Okay.
They have the dark suit, so they're probably a lot more confident they can do the navigation.
Mono Truth, by the way. No, we're going to Aegon. Okay. Oh, we're not even checking the tunnel, because they're just assuming we're going to fight the boss. Okay. Or they're rather checking the hint first here. What's the Aegon play here? Or are they going to go Secret World to grab that? Okay, Manjaro. Keys to Dark Aegon Temple. Gee, thanks, game. Are we going to do the Secret World to grab the boost? We might. Or we're just fighting Worm. Blind fighting Worm or grabbing boosts?
Maybe both.
Unless this item up here was something. And they want to grab it. Oh, and I missed TGC checking the tunnel. Oh, dang. Love that for that, definitely. Nope, gotta wait for the VOD to update. Yeah, okay. What else can we check? We could check the Battleground Morph Ball related item. Chica, we don't know what Chica has. It probably has something required. I think
It has a major, but we don't know which one.
Yeah. It might have Annihilator. So it might not be a big... Oh, yeah, we are booking it to Worm. This read is going to be crazy. Wait, why are they... They don't know about the Morbus hint, though.
They do not.
Unless this is the Battleground into...
But they do know about the Torvis key hint.
Yeah. Gamers. Dude, gamers. They're just like, yeah, we're going to gamble this. We don't need a hint. Oh my god. Crazy play. Actually, kind of a crazy play. I would have gone to Battleground first. Just in case that was boost in Battleground. Or Spider. But I think this, yeah, alright. Why is TGC doing this now? I am a little...
I believe their plan is to go to Worms as well.
Yeah, okay.
Probably would have been faster to just go back the way they came through the Dark World.
Mm-hmm. This is assuming that Chica has a light suit, though. If it's Annihilator, do we need Annihilator for anything? Works Transit Station. I feel like TGC probably should have just done... I feel like TGC should have just done... Like, in TGC's situation, we should have just done Spider Guardian. Like, Olear, Spider Guardian, Hive Dynamo. What's stopping us from doing that? I don't think anything's stopping it. Boost!
Spider, because you need it to get out.
Yeah, Boost and Spider. Oh. Okay. Yeah, Boost as well, I forgot. Dark Labs, I guess we could check... We can now check, which one calls? Battleground. Yep, which is what we're doing. No way! No way, dude! Is that boost? You gotta be kidding me. Battle and Cash was Morph Ball related.
Is that... That looks like the right size for boost.
Yeah, it's a little too big to be Spider.
Oh my god, boost.
Cannonball the entire time in Junction Site.
I mean, even if that was Cannonball, you grab it right there.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Oh boy. You know what neither player's picked up? Mining Station A. We need Spider Ball for that, I'm assuming. And maybe neither of them are comfortable with the BSJ. Let's get Worm Jam again.
And it looks like Fysi is leaving that boost ball behind.
Oh, man. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Boost Ball and Dark Aegon, where is that? In main research. Oh! Boost was Battlegrounds cache. Wait, yeah, Feisty's probably gonna grab Mineshaft now.
And TGC gets the worm skip. So, if you can get into the second worm's mouth and bomb it before the first worm in phase 2 gets back into the ground, you can actually skip the cutscene and phase 3 will trigger with only 2 worms instead of 3. Now, if you do that again, you will soft lock yourself in the room because you need the cutscene to end this fight.
Yeah. No, there is a chance here that Chick is just Annihilator in this entire adventure. It was a waste of time to grab Worm, but we'll see. Icy's gonna find...
For all we know, Lightsuit could end up being Annihilator locked.
Yep. That is a possibility. But I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if going for more hints would have been better for TGC sometimes. Because we still want Spider for final bosses, regardless. Right? Get the Echo Visor hints, which, by the way, we still don't know where that is. Because we know, yeah, we cleared Spider's treasure. So it could be... Can't be Hive Temple, can't be Hive Gyro. It has to be ATS.
Yeah.
It has to be ATS.
And I believe it can be either ATS item.
Yeah. Yep. Spider or the other suit or Annihilator. If Chica has Spider, that'd be lame. Because then you wouldn't even be able to fight him with Cannonball. Alright, Torvis. What are we doing in Torvis now for TGC? Chica, I guess, yeah. Right away to Chica. Icy skipping Upper Dark Torvis actually is like kind of a nice play here because now we can do Upper Dark Torvis at the same time that we do Chica. That seems like a really smart idea, actually. In retrospect, that sounds good. Where was the Chica hint? When did they know about this? Torvis Energy Controller told them. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. Now we're gonna grab this. Wow, they're not grabbing it. Oh, we are, okay. I'm actually a little surprised TGC didn't grab it either. I mean... Yeah, no, when TGC was in Aegon, probably would have been the best time to grab this. So I'm guessing TGC just wants to grab this with Spider. That might be a factor here. Oh, grapple pirates. Ha. Even if Fysi takes like 3 minutes to get this, I still think that saves time. But if it takes like 20 minutes, then it's like, okay, no, that probably wasn't time. Does not take 20 minutes to detour for this item, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is why I like to leave the Bomb Guardian item if it's not something I need.
You mean the sack, the Grapple Guardian?
Well, that one too.
Oh, this is what you mean. Oh, because you don't want to get these layers. Well, either way, we
Yep.
wouldn't be able to because I think we got the secret missiles in Cache 1, and that I think removes the... maybe it doesn't, actually. I don't know. Oh, close. I think a little low. That was good. Interesting that TGC went this route. It is a little faster to go that way. Never mind. To the portal from Provo Simple. But unfortunately, grapple pirates made it slow.
And Fysi giving up on the key.
Yeah, unfortunate. If we find... No, even if we find light suit there, it will not be go mode. We're 2 away from go mode. Light suit, spider ball, go mode. Unless either one of these lunatics wants to learn spiderless emperring. Oh, are we doing this without... Oh my god, not having boost here is even worse. Oh, we get it first try. Gaming! Feisty gaming right now. Oh my god.
TGC charging up at the conveniently placed ammo station. So this is actually my favorite boss fight in the game. Chaika is another enemy that you have to scan to get their weak point, and the first phase of this fight, even though it's weak to Dark Beam, you're going to be relying on the Light Beam to just shotgun shots into it when it rises from the water.
And then after that, you're going to do a manip, and Feisty also getting the pirate layer. Nice. But at least we don't have to deal with the Sonic enemies in this room, which are somehow almost more annoying in my opinion.
So now that the larva has surfaced and is leaning on the platform, you're actually going to utilize its weak point and its weakness to the Dark Beam to just fire repeatedly into that area on its chest. That is why you scan it at the beginning.
Yep, and you can even sprinkle in missile shots at the same time. If you have Annihilator, you can make it even faster if you want to be super, super fancy. And you really do need a lot of ammo for this fight, especially in the second phase.
Yep. Ammo management is key for this one.
Ideally, you would two-cycle it, but looks like TGC couldn't get it. Which is fine. Should be able to finish it off pretty soon.
Oh, one shot away.
You know what? You know where Lights could be? A Cursed Lake. I just realized. Cursed Lake has a life support system.
So the adult phase is also weak to Dark Beam, but it's really hard to actually land a Dark Beam on it because of how slow the projectile moves.
Yeah.
And despite what it appears, you actually don't need Seekers for this fight. You can target those weak points on the wing one at a time. It takes forever, but it's doable.
And then now we don't... Oh no, TGC doesn't have light ammo.
Yeah, so TGC is going to have to wait for the Dark Adult to spawn the little Chikalings, and he can take advantage of those to refill his light ammo. And as you can see, yeah, it's really hard to hit this Adult with the Dark Beam. It's just too jerky in its movements.
Now use Dark Burst here, or which we'll have.
That should be enough light ammo.
Yep.
TGC making great use of Light Beam's natural homing capability when it's charged.
And you can also lock onto one of the wing bits and get a 5th missile in there, deal a little bit more damage, I believe. I think that actually sends it into the water in one shot, I believe. No? Or am I forgetting something?
No, there's 8 bits you have to destroy.
I've seen people lock on, shoot 5 missiles onto the wings. Does that do anything?
Well, it gets rid of 5 at once instead of 4. So then your next shot, you need to destroy 3.
Ah, okay. My bad. I forgot how this fight works completely. I am very tired.
And that is one bug swatted for the light suit.
There's the light suit.
And we have another high five as Fysi is starting the fight as well.
Mm-hmm. Now it's Spiderball Casino. Off we go. Where do we go next here? Our keys are largely in sync. I think.
Probably grab the Sank ones last, since you don't have Spider.
Yeah, but generally speaking, you want to be near your keys when you're hunting items. It speeds up things generally, and I know Baja is a very big fan of this, and very much so enforces this in his pupils. I would be shocked if TGC... And, like, there's not... And Sank is also the most check dense area right now, I think. Torvis is pretty much cleared, more or less. I guess we could do... I guess we could just do right now if we wanted to. No, we can't. We don't have the gate open. Actually, maybe the gate is open. Yeah, the gate is open. So we could do Boost Guardian here. Probably not gonna... Can't do Spider Guardian. Or Powerbomb Guardian. Dungeon is beam related. Yeah, I think we just do... Maybe do, do Boost Guardian here, and then go to Sank. Sand Processing and Feeding Pit are only 2 open checks in Aegon. Sky Temple Grounds is kind of a terrible idea. Yeah, I think we do Boost Guardian into Sank here.
And Fysi's showing that if your timing is good, when the larva does its little free willy jump, you can actually land a super missile on its weak point.
I like how 2 of the Guardians are pretty much act like whales. Oh, Hive Key 2 on Dark Torus Arena. So we can now, I mean, if we grab that Hall of Combat Mastery one, we can now fight Quad.
Spider
could Quad
Spider can be on Quad because
yeah, that would be amazing.
It would be a one-way because you don't require it to get in, but you do to leave.
No, it can't be Hall of Combat Mastery. That's the other key. Never mind. Unless Annihilator shows up somewhere. If If Spider-Ball is here in Torvis Plaza, or Plaza Access, TGC wins the race immediately, I think. That boost ball is way too far away. I think Fysi last location is that boost ball. So the race could end right here, I think.
They probably are assuming that that cannonball is boost ball.
Yeah, incorrectly, unfortunately. Tumos is unknown, yes. I don't think Tumos can be anything other than Dark Burst. I think it's possible. You need Annihilator for Tumos, so it can't be Annihilator. You need Spider for Tumos, so at most it could be is Okay, race is still on. Good. Torvis Plaza access.
Yeah, with no ammo, this boss battle is not fun. Without a beam that has homing capabilities, you really don't have a good option to hit the jerky adult.
And you don't have missiles either. How does Chica drop? Oh god. Do we just have no ammo here? Like, are we gonna have to blow up the wings with no missiles?
Huh. Can the wings be blown up with charge shots? I don't think I've ever tried that.
Hopefully, because we have no ammo. We have no missiles either.
Yeah, because only the Dark Adult spawns the Chikalings.
So I think TGC is going to Sank, maybe? Do we...
They are jerky as in twitchy. It moves around a lot.
Oh, yeah, you can. Oh, that's painful. Oh, boy. You're going to do this entirely with Charge Beam. Oh.
This is a worst-case scenario.
Yeah. If only Screw attacked one-shot Chica Adult as well. Is this still your favorite fight if you only have Charge Beam?
No. No, it is not.
Okay, Hall of Honor dead on our way, why not? Wait. Why not Sank? Why not Sank? This is a little bit of a...
Because most of Sank is spider-locked.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. That's right. Oh, is that Dark Burst? Oh, please tell me that's Dark Burst. What part of Sank is not spider locked here, actually? Time Gyro can't be. No. Main Gyro can't. Main Gyro isn't spider locked, no. Vault. That's right. Depends on where Echo Visor is in Hive. Valtron. Also related. That is dead.
So Echo Visor we know is an ATS. So
yeah.
ATS is technically spider locked because even if you go up through Cat West, it assumes that you do the caretaker fight, which requires spider.
But getting to Watch Station access is possible. Oh, but you can't take the portal. But you can take the vault portal though.
That is true.
ATS is logical right now. Yeah, ATS is logical. The Curse Leg is dead, we know that. Pod W is available. Okay, so I was wrong. Yeah, Sank. Okay, so Sank does have some logical checks, but it's not as check dense as I thought. Also, let me just double check the log to see that that was in fact Dark Visor or Dark Burst. Because I'm curious. You can't go through the vault portal. Why not? They are, aren't they?
You can't go through the vault portal. You have to go through the portal in the room right in front of vault.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can't even saying that's not true. Is the portal is Grand Abyss portal not two-way? It is, isn't it?
No. I
Am I forgetting?
believe it is.
Oh, it's one way. Okay, never mind. Okay, ATS is not logic. So ATS is not. Okay. So Echo requires Spider Ball. So Echo is dead. Is that what we've calculated? Just confirming with chat here. So I for some reason thought that Grand Abyss was 2A. It's not. Phase on grounds. Oh, he's grabbing it. It's nothing. Okay, so Hall of Undead is Dark Burst. Tumos is dead. Can't be Echo, can't be Spider. Pod W is dead. Profane Path, we know, requires Echo. So that's dead. Sand Processing is available. Feeding Pit is available. Incash 2 is Annihilator locked. And we just don't know where Annihilator is. Taurus Plaza is dead, because we... Well, could be something wrong.
Can't be Sync Entrance because that's spider locked. I think I would go to Feeding Pit at this point.
Oh, did we ever get this hint? No, we didn't. Spider Ball can be found exactly 2 moves away from Sanctuary Temple.
Okay, well, that is a fantastic hint right now.
Exactly 2 from... Is that Vanilla Spider? That might be Vanilla Spider. That's high...
Oh!
Oh my god, it is! It might be. No?
Okay, so if it's exactly 2 rooms...
That's either Watch Station, O'Lear... That's either Watch Station, O'Lear, or Dynamo Works.
It can't be Watch Station because Watch Station is Spider.
Exactly.
Could it be Gyro? Wait, no, it can't be because that's Echo.
Dude, it's either O'Lear, it's either O'Lear or Dynamo Works. Oh, please be Vanilla. Oh, please.
And if it's Vanilla, then all 3 Spider Guardian checks would be required.
Oh. Please be Vanilla. Oh. Echo is not a main jar. Echo is ATS. Echo is ATS, Estron. If you want all the deets, here it is. Here are all the deets. Echo is an Inghive, and we have determined that it has to be ATS. Just don't know which ATS. Well, there's barrier or ledge, it doesn't really matter. Unless, wait, is Echovisor required for final bosses?
Logically, yes. Realistically, no.
Okay, so then it definitely has to be ATS. Because it could just be dead, is what I'm saying. It could just be on, like, quad. Echo is required for PS4, okay. So it has to be ATS. No marker, it has to be ATS. So it's spider locked. Echo's spider locked. Echo's dead. Yeah, O'Lear
one hard fought boss fight later, Fysi has his light suit.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Echo is the thermal visor of this game.
Yeah,
It's always going to be logically required, but a lot of the time you don't need it. It can be skipped unless one of the Echo locks is required.
Wait, dude, this... Oh... Dude, we forgot this dude, Actually, I mean, yeah, now the race is pretty much over. Fysi has to go get that boost ball in Battleground. Fysi must do that. And I do not think Fysi's ever going to do that. I think Fysi is last location in that. Unless O'Lear has Spider, but then that's just also not good either, because then they'll have to go back, all the way back, to fight Spider Guardian to grab Hive Temple Key. Oh, please be vanilla. Please be vanilla. That would just be, oh, Death's Kiss. Poison Bog is dead, no? Yeah, Poison Bog was missile, yeah. Okay.
Well, that ammo expansion would have been useful a couple minutes earlier.
Yeah, the only thing that we are not... The only item that we are missing is Annihilator Beam. We found Dark Burst. We know where Spiral is, so... Yeah. Hive Temple could have Annihilator... Hive Gyro could have it, ATS could have it, Main Gyro, yes. Main Gyro can't. Vault could. Airy could have Annihilator. Sank Map could have it. Sank Entrance could have it. Cat W could have it. Under Temple. Okay. I'm just speculating on where Annihilator could be, because this race is pretty much sealed at this point. No, it is not. I'm just purely speculating, because it's the only major we don't know about. Where does Fysi go here? The boost is kind of a problem. We're going back to Aegon.
Maybe they've figured out that that has to be Cannonball.
Yeah. Is there anything in Logic in sync without what they have right now?
I don't really think so.
O'Lear is logical, I believe, for them. Yeah, O'Lear is logical. I think we cleared lower Sank, right? Sank entrance is not logical. I think the only logical check they have is O'Lear, and I think they're going back to correct their error on the battleground. Yep, definitely. Yeah, we have everything, K-Rar. Everything except Annihilator. Dark Burst was probably Hollow Mountain dead. I'm pretty sure that's the case. The only thing we don't really know about Echo Visor is which part of ATS Echo Visor is in. Either the ledge or the barrier. And Fysi is about to be mad. Yep, we're gonna find Boost Ball here, and... pain and suffering.
You know, they're probably walking into this thinking that this has to be Spider.
Yep. They're gonna be upset. I mean, they should have checked this before fighting Worm. They just hot dogged it, I'm pretty sure. And I think there's a chance that this race is much closer than it is if they remember to check this. Wait, is that an island? No way. No, it's me. Funniest kill in the entire game, easily.
Good thing about not having cannonball.
Yep. Alright. Vanilla spider ball, please. Let the darkness flow through you, Randy. Give me vanilla spider. Oh, I want to see it so badly, dude. Now Fysi has realized the pain. I guess we could do feeding pit here. Aww. Aww.
And the dream dies.
Oh well. Oh well. Still a pretty putrid seed, actually. Kind of a bad seed.
It's as putrid as the alcove in which Grab Boost was found.
Mm-hmm. That is true. O'Lear has our item.
I will be right back.
And now we fight the funny rollin' pillbug. A one reed whaley. Annihilator beam on Spider Guardian would be hysterical. Oops, all majors. Like, quite literally, oops, all majors. By the way, for anyone watching, if you happen to have the power bomb, like if you did a speedrunning trick to grab power bomb in the vanilla game, do not use it on the power bomb Guardian. You will soft lock. Very funny. Randomizer has fixed that bug. I mean, it's not really a bug either. It's like, oh wow! Oh my God! Spider Guardian dodged that, dude. Did you see that? Spider Guardian just ran. Booked it away from the Powerbomb Blast Wave. That was epic, dude. There we go. So in terms of where Annihilator could be, I'm actually gonna... let's calculate that. Yeah, Under Temple Dungeon, Thorvis Plaza, Cat W, Dank Entrance, Dank Map, Airy, Dino Works boss. We know that one of the Dino Works has to be a key. Wash Station Access, Vault, ATS. No, one of the ATS, maybe. And Hive Jar, whichever. And Hive Temple.
Oh wow, TGC has made really good timing on Spider Guardian.
Yep. Just use power bomb. Struggled a little bit with the boost ball phase, or sorry, the third phase, I believe. Missed a few times, so that wasn't a big deal. I would. We don't want to burn the power bomb. Fysi back in Aegon. Wait, what? Oh,
Go to Zank.
No. Yeah. Sorry, I thought Fysi left Aegon and then went back, but no, we're just... Alright. Dino Wars boss. Light ammo. Alright. So the tunnel is our key. So you can jump on the pipe here, shoot, and then screw attack into it as well. It's an option. There we go, okay. TGC should have 7 coming out of here. Then we go back down to Transit Station, pick up that. Mining Station A, save warp. Yeah, I think that's probably what we do. A little awkward to route, but it'll be fine. Fysi finally is checking Spider's treasure, which is going to yield us nothing. But we can grab Hive Entrance while we're here, so why not? I actually want to grab that E. If you're a beginner, Emperring can be kind of spooky. Especially Emperring too.
You never know when Empering's gonna misbehave. Well, actually, you do. It's always.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I'm guessing the reason why TGC and... I mean, one of the ways... I mean, you can check the tunnel to see if it's the key or not, just by listening to it. The key makes a different noise than the item. So that's probably why TGC and Baja probably checked it. Or how they checked it.
I never knew that. I'm gonna have to listen from now on.
So yeah, Watch Station into Cat W, into Transit Station, into back over to Mini Gyro, into Aegon, Mining Station A, save warp, complete the video game. Okay. Now, Fysi does not know that they're in go mode, because they do not know about that spider ball. Ah, Darth Dank entrance, my favorite room. I believe the quick kill for this is light beam, missile, light beam for the cache. So if you know how to mix in missile shots with light beam shots without slowing down the light beam, that's the fastest way to kill a cache. Light beam, missile, light beam. Or it might just be light beam, missile, light beam. I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember. Just do what Miguel does. Like, Miguel does it, do that.
I would say it would be the second one, since it only takes 3 shots to break an in-cache.
Hive Entrance being a vanilla SDK. What's vanilla 9 SDK?
I have no idea.
Probably Hive Entrance. It could be Ing Reliquary. Any SDK that... Well, all of them require light suit, I think. Actually, no. Not all of them require light suit. Whichever ones require light suit could be a 9. But Hive Entrance is number 5 in this. Actually, I don't think they're numbered in the vanilla game. No, they might not be numbered. The Cursed Lake is 9. Thank you. So it is not. Hive Entrance is what then? If you happen to know, let us know. I don't even know.
And TGC grabs his last SDK and will be heading for Sky Temple now.
Mm-hmm. Hive Entrance is 5. Okay. Oh, sorry. I missed your chat message earlier. Thank you, Tyrannosaur. My bad, I missed that. I totally missed your message completely. Hive Dynamo is 6. Yeah. So Hive Dynamo is vanilla this game. Doomed entry was a key, but not... Alright, Amorbus is... G thanks. G thanks. Thanks, Hall of Combat Mastery. Oh, there's a party going on here. And of course, the one enemy that Powerbomb does not kill. The one of many, but okay. Talking is difficult. Yes, very good. We could just take the vanilla way up. We don't have to go this way. Yeah, the seed was bad, Marion. O'Lear Spider Ball. So right off the bat, that's like, you never really want to see Spider Ball deep in Sank.
His words take you to new heights.
Indeed. No, that'd be Echo. If O'Lear had Echo, then you would be able to take you to Area and Hive Summit, and that's, you know, those are the greatest of heights.
Well, when O'Lear has Echo, then it's not hear the words of O'Lear, it's see the words of O'Lear.
Indeed. But yeah, so Worm had Dark Torviski too. Marion, just to catch you up. Actually, you can, if you want, you can read the doc, but I can sum it up for you. Worm had Dark Torviski 2. Chica had Light Suit for required Hive entrance. Sorry, Darth Dank entrance and FTA. What else? What was some other... Yeah, Spider Ball and O'Lear. Double required Spider Guardian. Well, not technically. We could have done the pipe and then gone out of bounds for Hive Dynaworks. So not
double logically required Spider Guardian.
Double logically, yeah. Yeah, Darth Dank entrance was vanilla, SDK, very fun. The only major we are just not sure about is where Echo is an ATS, we know that for certain. And Annihilator, the only remaining checks are like 1 in Aegon, 4 in Torvis, and then a bunch in Sank for Annihilator. There is a list at the bottom. Oh wow, how very generous of these caches. Give us a bunch of power bombs. It's really nice to see. And good to save here. I'm not sure if a check... I'm pretty... you get a checkpoint if you die on Dark Samus, but you don't get a checkpoint. Oh, main gyro?
Yeah, that save station is your checkpoint.
Mm-hmm. If you die on Dark Samus, you get the checkpoint at the end of Emperor 3. But if you die on Emperor, then I don't think you get a checkpoint. You have to use save station. So it's good to save. Yeah, the Aegon keys. Hall of Combat Mastery was the Amorbus key hint. Was the Amorbus had a key, and then main gyro was the Amorbus keys hint. For all the keys.
And we are entering Emperor Ing 1. So the first phase of this fight, you're just going to hit the tentacles and then unload into the glowing eye that pops up. You could either do it with super missiles, it will take 4 shots, or you can use uncharged Annihilator if you had Annihilator. And we are entering...
You can get closer to the ball, and then the Empering's laser will hit the lip, and it won't hit the ground. And you won't have to worry about getting stunned. So you can just get a little closer, and you won't have to worry about the laser screwing you over and giving you an knockback.
So phase 2, you're just going to destroy all of these little tentacles that pop up. Now the real boss of this phase are those annoying inglets that keep spawning and knocking you into the poison cloud.
Mm-hmm.
If you have Cannonball, then this becomes trivial as they can't knock you off.
Mm-hmm. Watch station hint. I wonder what watch station is going to give us. Probably... Yep, there.
Okay.
Yep.
Emperor Ing 3. Now, there was almost certainly going to be another phase to this fight where you would have to destroy armor around the legs with screw attack. And for whatever reason, they cut that, but left the hitbox for that armor. What the... I have never seen that. I think... This... Okay. Emperor Ing 3 has knocked himself out of bounds.
That's why you save.
This is a soft lock.
That's why you save. Oh my god, I never knew that that is a thing that can happen. Okay.
Well, apparently. So, it's long been a debate if you can use Emperor Ing to knock yourself out of bounds in that fight, and the general consensus has been no. But apparently you can use Emperor Ing to knock him out of bounds. So I guess there is a secret world in that boss fight.
Funny game. So it looks like Fysi's going for a deck map in the meantime, which we know can only mean and Fysi didn't actually grab the main research hint, which would have told him that boost ball is in fact in Dark Aegon, which would have been pouring salt onto the wound, because I think that's probably what cost him the race, hot dogging the hint. Dank map does not have an Annihilator beam. Couldn't you shoot Emperor Ing from below, though? That is a good question. We will ask about that.
Probably, if you aim it right. Might be a little hard to get the Dark Beam. With Annihilator, that would definitely be salvageable, I think.
I think Fysi's run out of... Are we going to go... Wait, where is Fysi going to go here? Back to Lower Torvis? Boost ball and Dark Aegon waste you. Thanks, game. Kind of interested that they didn't go for a Leer. Leer is logical. It's been available.
They might not be thinking of it.
Yeah. There's a lot of disparate checks. Nothing's really that check dense. Maybe the most check dense areas are probably Temple Grounds. But that's like... It's also not that dense either, so... Yeah, it just can't be... I mean, Dungeon? Maybe they were worried about Dungeon? Yeah, Dungeon is available. Fireball could be Dungeon. That's painful. Alright. Do not fly out of bounds again. Yeah,
okay, so... As I was saying before Emperor Ing decided to not play the game, there is a hitbox underneath its legs that is vulnerable to screw attack that is tied directly into its health bar. So the most efficient way to damage this boss is to actually screw attack under it. You do have to be careful though, because it's really easy to screw attack too high and just fly over that box.
Fysi's clearing low towers too. Oh, that's painful. There was a chance Fysi could have come back in this game. They started routing really aggressively. But then, just, I think, the hot dog on the boost wall. But then again, you know what, even then, the FTA hint just bailing TGC out. Yeah, it's kind of rough. I don't know at what point do you just book it to... I mean, at the same time, yeah, Tumble Grounds might have actually just been the best play here for Fysi. I don't know. We'll have to ask him about it. Did you see,
And
are we
are
getting
now
center chat?
entering Dark Samus 3.
Are we getting Dork Samus today, chat? Vote now on your phones.
Now, the easiest way to do this fight is with Annihilator to fire about 25 uncharged shots, which will bring her right down to the precipice of transitioning into Dark Samus 4.
Or as we
From
know her
there,
as
you
Dork
want to do
Samus.
you want to do a large amount of damage to her
Uh-oh.
through either a screw attack or a super missile, which will
Did you see stop shooting missiles? Stop shooting missiles. Good. Okay. Oof.
Yeah.
You don't want to... If you don't do enough damage, Dark Samus is just going to go back to this phase here. And it'll be fine.
Yeah,
TGC
basically
didn't do enough damage.
the idea is to break the trigger so she never transitions to Dark Samus 4, and you can keep doing damage to her rapidly as DS3.
This is not logical, Fysi.
And we have a center.
Interesting. Fysi's going under temple. This is not logical. We cannot grab this. There's no point to grab this. Yeah, okay. Good. Just leave. Just climb the pillar.
So with Dark Samus 4, it is unfortunately a lot slower because it's so RNG heavy.
Yep.
And there is also the issue of you have to be really careful when you fire those phase-on shots. Because if you hit her with a phase-on shot while she is lowering her shield, instead of doing damage, you will actually heal her.
I forgot about that. I actually completely forgot about that, yeah.
Yeah, once she touches back down and re-enters DS3, it is unfortunately damage gated, so you can only do a small amount of damage before she goes back up into her shield phase.
Yeah. And by the way, if you don't have Annihilator for the first, at the very beginning for DS3, when you want to deal with that damage, you instead would do Super Missile and I believe like a few Dark Moon shots. I can't remember exactly how many Dark Moon shots. So that would be the setup if you don't have Annihilator.
Yeah, basically for a visual cue, you want to bring her health essentially right up to the end of that last S in her name.
Yeah. Oof, there is a bunch of logical checks and torres for Fysi. That's unfortunate. Oh, and by the way, for DS4, when you get centered, if I recall correctly, if I remember what Miguel said correctly... Okay, no, hold on. Am I going to GG here? GG!
GG's.
And Fysi is forfeited. Okay. Quite a bit to talk about. Hopefully we can get them in here soon enough. I think they both played well. I think they actually both played well. Just an unfortunate mistake on the battleground. And then after that, I think TGC getting bailed out by FTA. Or rather, TGC finding FTA and Fysi not. Curious about that. We'll see how it works out. We'll ask them about it. Hello, Baja. Welcome. GG's.
GG's. TGC is doing a quick bio, so we'll be joining us in a minute.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully we can get Naii in here as well. That'd be nice.
Yeah. God, I was freaking out. This final boss, I was gonna be so mad if we lost to that nonsense.
Yeah. I was gonna wait till TGC got in here to ask
Yeah,
about that, but that
yeah,
was
we can go over it again.
yeah.
That's totally
that's-
fine. What the
But
heck?
while we're waiting, I'll just let you know. I think what probably lost them. So they lost a bunch of time getting not grabbing powerbomb before going to GFMC. They were like 10 minutes behind, and then they caught up by skipping a bunch of checks. They didn't do Upper Dark Taurus. They didn't do Mining Station B. They did a bunch of stuff. So they caught up, and then when they went to fight Worm, they didn't grab boost. They hot dogged the battleground hit. They forgot about it.
Oh,
And
that
that's what
sucks.
set them behind, yeah. And also, they lost about 1 trillion minutes to doing Chica with no ammo.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had no ammo, and they spent like, I don't know, God knows how many minutes on Chica just shooting it with charge beam. It was pain.
Yeah,
Yeah, the only thing we didn't know about was where Annihilator beam was. We know Echo's an ATS somewhere. We don't know which one, but the only thing we don't know about is Annihilator.
Yeah.
We have SAM processing, Torvis Plaza, Dungeon, Under Temple, Sank Entrance, Airy, Watch Station Vault. One of the ATSs, Hive Gyro or Hive Temple. That's the only places where Annihilator. Otherwise, it's full cleared. You all know where all the keys are, every single one of them.
Yeah. I think it's conceivable Annihilator locks itself this seed.
Hello, DGC. Welcome, GG's.
Motion. Well, that was stressful at the end.
Yeah. How mad would you have been if you lost because of
So mad. Actually so mad. Like, we weren't sure what the situation was when like Fysi made a comment in the chat. Because we were like, either they're struggling, they're maybe looking for something, or they were potentially like doing EI2 spiralists or something nonsense like that. So we're like, we couldn't figure out whether we were in the lead or like really on the cusp. And then as soon as that EI3 happened, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be so raging.
Yeah.
And, like,
Okay, so just to cap up what happened with Fysi. So Fysi didn't grab power bombs before going to GFMC. That was a heads up play on your part, and you guys got hell rewarded for it. So they were just behind by 10 minutes. They got light beam 10 minutes after you guys did. And then they caught up by just skipping a bunch of checks. They skipped Mining Station B. They skipped Upper Dark Torvis. I think they might have routed Torvis slightly better around hints. I don't know. But they just caught up. Like you were fighting a Morbus like 1 minute apart. But when they fought Morbus, they didn't grab Boost Ball before they did it. And then they didn't grab Boost Ball ever. And they only grabbed it like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago or something like that. It was like a hot minute. And then they lost even more time to Chica, which was a disaster because they had no ammo in Chica.
Did they not take the refill, or was it they just didn't have a whole lot of
Annihilator
ammo?
beam in vault.
Annihilator Beam Vault, okay.
ATS Echo.
Yeah, we knew that, yeah. We deduced that, yeah. But yeah, they were coming back, but the fact that I think like even if they didn't, like the Chica thing was kind of unfortunate, and they lost a lot of time there, but it was really just the Boost Ball that screwed them at the end of the day, I think. And I think after that, if they had Boost Ball, then maybe this would have been a race because of that FTA hint really bailed everybody out, didn't it? For Spider, because otherwise, like every check would have been bad.
Mm.
Yeah, I was worried because like it was not unreasonable to stay in Sank a little bit longer, get the Cobalt hints before we turned around for Morbus. But yeah, I for some reason was so set on Chica being a suit that like when TGC pointed out, oh yeah, that could be Spider, I was like, oh god, we have to go play for that now.
Yeah. The only thing it could be that like there's a wild off chance that it's Annihilator and Annihilator doesn't allow lock.
That was the worst case, yeah.
That
We
was
were
the worst
worried
case,
about
yeah.
that. Yeah. But like I think part of our route was that we knew there was a life support and I think it was a Cursed Lake. So what we were planning around was if Spider was on Chica, we would do Temple Grounds, maybe hit the spike the light suit that was in a Cursed Lake kind of area, and then we'd be fine. But no, we got the second best, which was light suit, and then it was really just we couldn't figure out the best way to go from there. But then we stumbled in, we done Temple Grounds cleanup because there was still a good chunk of that stuff left, and we got the hint, which was really good.
Yeah. There was the FTA hint. In fact, I'm curious about that because like I was speculating that Sank was the next play. My rationale at the time was that it was check dense, but I realized no, that's not actually true. Sank is not actually that check dense without Spider. But I was also thinking like, well, there's 3 hints there. But you guys instead decided to do Temple Grounds. Were the hints ever a consideration?
So when we were in Sank, we were playing for the hints originally. We probably would have got the spider ball if we committed a little longer. But because I ended up pointing out the possibility of spider on Chica, we kind of 180'd and went, right, let's go do that.
Okay.
Focus that. And then it was just a case of, we have a hint still in Sank entrance. We've got FTA to go pick up. Let's route that way back into Sank. Because it was just like a straight path, effectively. And it bailed us out, kind of going that way.
Hello, Naii.
We're always
GG's.
going.
Pretty rough. I agree. Yeah. So I guess I gotta ask, like so I gotta mention, you guys actually caught up quite a bit after picking up Light Beam. Like you guys picked up Light Beam 10 minutes, like behind TGC, but then you guys turned around. You guys like caught up almost entirely. It was kind of incredible. It was like really well played. And I'm curious about that. You guys just skipped Mining Station B, for example. You skipped Upper Dark Torvis. Those are really like smart plays, and I'm curious about what happened with that, because I think like that really brought you back into the race. It was kind of incredible.
Okay, Mining Station B was just us hot dogging that. There was no good way to route it in. So we just went like, okay, we're gonna take a bet that's nothing. And well, by that point, I think we already had the Torvis keys hint, so we already had that in the back of our minds, which we did end up going back to. With Dark Upper Torvis, knowing Chica was progression.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't want to clear out that area without clearing Chica as well, considering it was likely to be required. So we just grabbed Grab Boost because I really wanted to do lower Turbos and took the chance to do hints before we headed to lower Turbos, which ended up working out because that meant we had a really good chance to get Dark Visor and go back for the Turbos keys.
Yeah. Also, so what happened with the? I mean, it's kind of painful, but what happened with the boost ball? Were you just assuming that the boost ball was in junction site?
No, we just forgot.
Okay.
Like at that point, I think we had like 3 PV expansions left. And we kind of just forgot that the battleground link cache existed, so we were just thinking of junction site.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So we just ended up not getting that. Yeah, when we found it later, it was I felt pretty bad.
And Fysi's not gonna be joining us. That's fine. Kind of frustrating. That Chica fight in particular was just miserable.
The accidentally stepping on the platform before getting to go to the ammo station.
Oh, we missed
that.
We accidentally stepped on it. We wanted to go to the ammo station.
Yeah.
Just to give you guys a little bit of perspective. To give you a little bit of perspective, TGC was finishing that fight as Fysi was entering it.
Okay,
so you were like 5-6 minutes ahead.
And that was probably maybe a bit of the difference with the boost ball, because we picked up the boost ball.
I think most of that is probably I assume TGC and Baja didn't do as many trips to GFMC as we did.
We got power bombs when we first got it hinted and went all the way back
to GFMC.
Yeah, they did they got power bombs. They got power bombs right away before going to Temple Grounds to grab.
They got them in as J. Yeah.
That was a really good play.
That makes a lot of sense.
Honestly, and that's why you guys were behind. That's why you guys were behind, right? But like, you caught up so quickly.
I did want Fysi to do that, but Fysi doesn't. We had to go get Space Jam first.
And honestly, that's fine. Like I thought, I thought that was fine because okay, that play, like, sure, that's a great play. But you guys, it's incredible how much you guys caught up. It was like 10 minutes of time you guys caught up on. It was incredible. I think you guys played really well. Unfortunately, the Chico messed up in the hot dog, and that's okay. But like, still, that's really impressive that you guys caught up that much.
Yeah. Towards the end, we were making extremely risky plays, like skipping all of Upper Sang, betting on Spider in Sync map, for instance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And then it was just still there.
didn't work
Could have
out.
been. It could have been vanilla. The FDA hint said exactly 2 rooms away from Sank Temple, so it could have been vanilla. That would have been incredible.
Yeah, but we never got to the FDA hint. Emerald was kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, it was the FDA hint was kind of what made it for us because when we finished up
because
with
we already had cleared all of that, then going back there was going to be probably not until the end because, well, Spider can't be in sync entrance.
So, just one final funny thing. So, I don't know if you caught this, Naii, or if they put it on the race time, but Emperor 3 jumped out of bounds for TGC.
I think someone posted a clip. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to reset that because I was like,
Yep,
what do we
that
do?
can happen. That's why we take a save before final bosses.
I was
Sometimes
annoying.
Sometimes Emperor does.
It
likes
was
to
so
do its
annoying
thing.
because like my EI1 was perfect. I finally got like an actual perfect super strat EI1, and then EI3 decided to go out of bounds, and it just tilted me for the rest of having to redo the fights.
Yeah.
So annoyed.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, there was no way you guys were losing the race, so it was unfortunately unnecessary stress, but yeah. Cat Human in chat asked, is it possible to shoot Emperor from below?
We had thought about that afterwards.
I don't know.
Like in
Totally
that clip,
checked that.
TGC's peppering a lot of power pellets, and none of them seem to hit. So I don't know.
I mean, but in the clip, TC is shooting below Emperor. You need to shoot at its mouth.
Yeah. Some of those felt like they should have hit, though.
Maybe. Don't know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't have any other comments. I think both of y'all played really well. Just some unfortunate mistakes. It happens. I hope Fysi isn't too hard on themselves. I think you guys actually... I kind of want to go back and watch just to see, like, how those, like... It was, like, literally 10 minutes. Like, that's kind of incredible to make up, honestly. And you guys did a really good job. And yeah, Baja going into GFMC with one trip. Good coaching. Yeah. We were questioning it too. We were like, wait a second, why are we going no space shuttle? They were like, oh, power bombs. It's hinted. That's right. Really good play. Yeah. But yeah, I have no other comments. Rico, you got anything else?
No, I think you covered most of what I wanted to go over.
All right. I believe we have a weekly going on, right? CGC?
Yep. TC.
Which channel is that? So we can post it in chat. SpeedGaming 3. So if you guys want to go catch another race, it's happening right now. Metro Prime plus Metro Prime 2. Go check it out. Thank you all so much for watching. Follow our runners. You guys put on a great show. Thank you, mentors. Really, really helpful. Thank you, Rico, for commenting with me. And we will see you all next mission. Bye-bye.
Appreciate everybody.
Yeah, see you, folks.